Hi students, let's learn about triangle's law of vector addition. By this law, if two vectors, in this case AB and BC, if two vectors are represented by two sides of a triangle in order. What is the meaning of order? In order means initial point of AB vector is point B, point A, and final point of AB vector is this point P. Now final point of AB vector become the initial point of BC vector. So if the final point of AB vector becomes the initial point of BC vector, that means they are in the order, they are in the same fashion. So if two vectors, in this case AB vector and BC vector, are represented by two sides of a triangle in order, then their sum is given by third side of the triangle but in the opposite order, like AC vector. So AC vector is not following the order of AB and BC, it is going opposite way. So this AC vector is called as resultant. So the statement of triangle's law of vector addition is, if two vectors are represented by two sides of a triangle in order, the third side in opposite order gives the resultant. So AC is resultant. So now let's use this triangle's law in a question practically. The question is here, it's from the exam, previous exam, IGCSE. In this question, we are given a parallelogram OABC, and OA vector is A, small a, and OC vector is small c. M is the midpoint of CA, that means CM and MA, these segments are equal in the length. Find in terms of A and C OB vector. So to find OB vector, I join O with B. So this is OB vector. Is it? Find OB vector in terms of A and C. Because it's a parallelogram, that means OC is parallel to AB. It's a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel and also equal. So that means if OC vector is C, AB vector must be C, because they are equal in size and they are parallel. So that means OC vector, I can write this way, OC vector is equal to AB vector. Now I want to find OB vector. Here we're going to apply triangle's law. Alright, here we're going to apply triangle's law of vector addition. Now you should concentrate this triangle now here, OAB. So triangle OA and B. In this triangle you can see that two vectors OA and AB, they are represented by two sides of triangle OAB and in the same order. So by triangle's law of vector addition, their sum should be the third side in the opposite order, means OB vector. So AB OA vector is in this direction, followed by the order AB vector is in this direction, and OB is going opposite direction. So that's triangle's law of vector addition, means OB vector is equal to OA vector plus AB vector. So that means OB vector is equal to OA. OA vector is small a vector and AB vector is small c. So that means OB vector is equal to A plus C. This is answer to A part, 1 mark. Let's try to do second part, means B part. Here he's asking us to find CA vector. CA vector means I am using the blue color now. CA vector means vector from C to A. CA vector, this way. Now I can find CA vector by using triangles law, or either by taking the lower triangle or OAC, or the upper triangle CAB. Let's go with the lower triangle OCA. So here I am focusing triangle OAC. In this triangle, I want to apply triangle's law of vector addition. So CA vector, right here, CA vector could be the resultant of other two vectors if I go in the opposite direction. So CA vector, C is the initial point and A is the final point. So CA vector, if I go in the other order, other direction, means I have to move from C to A via O. If I go this way, so then CA vector could be equal to CO vector plus OA vector. So that's what we call triangle's law of vector addition. I explain again. CA vector means I'm starting from C and stopping at A. Now we are considering triangle COA, so that I can say that I'll move from C to A in the indirect way via O, by passing through O. So that means CO plus OA. So CA vector is equal to CO vector plus OA vector. So CA vector is the direct route from C to A, and CO plus OA is indirect route from C to A passing through O point. So CA vector is CO plus OA because CO vector is opposite to OC and OC vector is C, so that means CO must be minus C, negative C. OA vector is quite clear here. OA vector is small a, right here A. So answer is minus C plus A. That's answer to B part, 1 mark. Now BM vector. The next part is BM vector. To find BM vector, let me change color to say black. BM vector. He said that M is the midpoint of CA. M is the midpoint of CA. That means CM is half of CA vector and MA is half of M is the midpoint. That means CM vector is half of CA vector. Clear? So here, if I have to find BM vector, like in the third part, C part is asking for BM vector. Let's consider this triangle to apply. Now we have to find BM vector. In C part, he's asking to find BM vector. To find BM vector, we should consider this triangle BMC, this one, this triangle, or the lower triangle BMA, that triangle. Okay, let's consider this upper triangle BMC. Let's change color to green. I'm considering triangle BMC. So BM vector, B to M, BM vector by triangle's law will be equal to BC vector going other way via C plus CM vector. So BM vector is BC vector plus CM vector. I write down here. BM vector is here BC vector plus CM vector. Now we can see from this diagram that BC vector is equal to AO vector. They are parallel. So BC vector is equal to AO vector plus CM vector is 1/2 of CA vector, because M is a midpoint. So this is half of CA vector. Write down here also. So BM vector is BC plus CM, that is AO plus half of CA. So BC is AO vector, CM is half of CA vector. Now negative a plus CA vector we have found out in B part. So this is half of CA vector, and CA vector is minus C plus A. So further simplification will give us here, this is minus A minus half C plus half of A. So negative A plus positive half A is negative 1/2 of A and the negative half of C. So that's the answer to third part, means BM vector is negative half A and negative half C. 2 marks done. We can write this way if we want. This is negative half times A plus C. Both are okay. I hope you guys understand. We found out values of all B vectors, CA vector, BM vector by using triangles law of vector addition.